I don't have Scarlet Witch, Agent 13, or Hawkeye because I think those Funko Pops are just a little on the boring side. Hopefully they'll do some variations that are more interesting of those characters. I also don't have Ant-Man, or I should say Giant Man, actually, because that figure got pushed back, unfortunately. But I gotta apologize to my boy Captain America here because you see what's going on here. This really isn't fair right now. So I gotta do something about this. It is good to have friends, people. It's really good to have friends. In Collecting Plastic, that's his YouTube name, Collecting Plastic. I'm definitely considering him a friend because he reached out to me, he helped me out, and thanks to him, I now have another member of Team Cap here, Falcon. And boy, is this pop awesome. I'm already in love with it. This is a great pop figure. In fact, I'll get him out of his box in just a moment here. But before I do that, again, let me say, I got to give a big shout out to Collecting Plastic for working out a trade with me so that I could get this figure that is still not available in my area as far as I know. In case you all don't know, Anthony Mackie was actually a little disappointed by his first appearance as Falcon in Captain America Winter Soldier. And the reason why is because he didn't have a full costume at the time. He's got to be happy now, though. He has finally arrived. Full Falcon costume here with the classic colors. May not be like the old school costume that some of us are used to seeing, but this updated version is modern. It looks great, and this figure looks great. I mean, all the details, the goggles, the wings, the pose here is great. I like the stand, okay, to give him that feeling of being in flight, the way his fists are balled up, the gloves, just everything about this figure is pretty awesome. I like this figure so much that even though I'm really happy that I have this one, I may have to get another one just to keep one in box and one out of the box. This is a great pop figure. Hey, let me do a quick turn around here so you can see it. If you haven't seen it up close, take a look here at his pack and the wings. That's beautiful. So very happy with this figure, very happy that Collecting Plastic came through to me and we worked out that trade. And we did a trade for 2 for 2 basically, so I do have another figure here that I want to show you. Until now, I didn't have any figures from the Arrow TV series, but now here I have the unmasked Deathstroke. And I'm really happy with this figure as well. In fact, it looks a lot cooler in person than I even thought it would. I think his costume looks great. So you see what I'm talking about here. This is a cool looking figure. Very cool looking figure there. And that almost looked like a paint flaw, but it wasn't. Okay, just had a little spot there. Okay, so this figure has a good paint job. Really like this costume. I like the style of that sword that he's holding there as well. If you follow the series, you know what he's capable of doing with that sword. In fact, one of the most shocking moments in the entire series is related to this sword here. Okay, so again, great looking pop there. Can't thank Collecting Plastic enough for these two great figures. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you check out his channel. In fact, I think he's going to do a video. In fact, he might have his video up before mine even, okay, on the figures that he got from me. Now that I have Deathstroke, I definitely want to get a Arrow figure. I think I mainly like this one with the hood and the face mask. One that's not pictured here I'd like to get my hands on as well, if possible, if I can get it at a reasonable price, is basically the training version of him that's not, like I said, it's not pictured here, but it's Oliver Queen shirtless. Yeah, you can see his scars and everything. I think he's holding a tennis ball in one hand and his bow in the other because that's what he used to do for practice, shoot those tennis balls. Okay, so I think that figure looks pretty cool, and maybe I'll track that down one day. Also, I know that Felicity Smoke isn't pictured here. She came out recently. I'd like to have that character too. And John Diggle, I hope that they do a version of him with his actual costume that he uses now. And I'm trying to remember what name he goes by. I was wondering what is his code name for the longest time, and I think I heard it in the most recent episode. I want to say that they called him Spartan, but you all let me know whether I'm right on that or not in the comments. But I think they referred to him as Spartan in the field. Okay, so again, because I got this Deathstroke, now that's some motivation there for me to go ahead and get some other Arrow figures. In addition to collecting plastic, I do want to give some other shout outs here, and just bear with me for a moment because I do have a good number of names here. I'll try to make this fast. First of all, I need to give a shout out to Rafy614. That's RAFY614. And I will try to remember to put some annotations up here on the screen, especially for those of you that are checking this out on the desktop. Hopefully you'll see this. Rafy614, he just gave me a shout out, and I want to give one right back to him, you know, spread the love back to him. He does some great videos. His videos are a little longer than your average YouTube video, but they're totally worth it. He did an excellent video just yesterday, I believe, in which he showed him celebrating a family member's birthday, and also they went to see Zootopia. He included a movie review for Zootopia, which is something I'd requested from him, so I was really glad to hear his thoughts on the movie. And like I said, just great videos. He gives great information. Very caring guy. You could just tell that he loves his family. He loves his subscribers. So big shout out to Rafy614. Now, as far as inspiration, there are some YouTubers that really inspired me to go ahead and give this a try, and that includes Grumpy Nerd, who, if you don't know him by now, please check him out. His videos are just so entertaining. His collection is absolutely amazing. Definitely check him out. Nerd Therapy, wonderful couple. Okay, they're a couple that both collect, and they post on a pretty regular basis. Great videos as well. They also do unboxings. They do tastings of foods from around the world. Pretty entertaining channel. Abe M, that's another channel that focuses on a couple, a married couple that share this hobby as well. And I just got to say, it's got to be so cool to be with somebody that is as passionate about a hobby as you are. Okay, so I really like to see that with Nerd Therapy and also Abe M's channel. Some other channels that I'm really a big fan of, U-Jelly Inc. or U-Jelly Incorporated. They have a series going right now where they're toy hunting out in Las Vegas. I'm really enjoying that series. Again, that's U-Jelly Inc. Delilah, Mrs. Funko Pop, she posts pretty regularly as well. And just, she seems like a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. She does some unboxings and some sort of pop reviews as well. She just gives you her quick opinions about them. Really enjoying her channel. Jeff Suarez, he seems like a pretty cool dude. He does pop hunts, and I've had some interaction with him. In fact, he's responded to a lot of my videos, and I really do appreciate that. Some other people here that I like to check out. John Carlos McMaster, he does some great pop reviews. He really lets you see the figures up close. I do like that. Wildvine X, I believe she's from the UK. She does some really quick reviews, and if you're in a rush, her videos usually come around 3 minutes or so. I got to learn to shorten up my videos like that. She does some really quick videos that are just excellent reviews on the go. One of the sweetest channels you probably could ever see is Ethan Finds Out. That's a mother and son, and she really focuses on her son doing unboxings and checking out pop figures. Very sweet channel. Check that out when you get the chance. Some other people here, Max Hedron, he does giveaways on a regular basis. In fact, he did a video showing you his upcoming giveaways for the next couple of months. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, that's Max Hedron. Out of the Box, okay, another channel that I check out on a regular basis. In fact, I need to check out his latest Mystery Minis Monday. That's a series that he does that I really like. Simply Incredible Podcast. He does a lot of things. He focuses on comic books, reviews of sporting events, but definitely he focuses a lot on Funko products and other toy figures as well. Pretty cool channel there. Again, that's Simply Incredible Podcast. Tracy's Basement I like. I believe she's from Canada. In fact, I'm sure she's from Canada. She does some pretty good reviews and unboxings. The Astonishing Ashley, she shares her pop collection as it's building up, and she also does book reviews. Okay. Let me look again at my list real quick, see if I missed anybody. Oh, Fact Toner, definitely can't leave him out. Fact Toner, he does pop hunts, and he keeps you up to date on his collection as his build is building up, and he also does great news. I found out some things as far as what's coming up from Funko based off of his channel. So if you want to be up to date on what's happening with Funko and with pop figures, definitely check out Factone or subscribe to his channel. Also here, looking through my list again, making sure I didn't leave anybody off. Towley the Towel Man, and that's Towley spelled Towle. I think his channel is pretty new. He's getting it up and running, but he seems like a pretty cool guy to me. I've already had some interaction with him. He's a big Star Wars fan. And then also here, a young YouTuber, young in terms of just getting started, but also literally young is, let me make sure I find his YouTube name here, Funko Shenanigans. Okay, he's pretty new to YouTube, and he's a young YouTuber, but he's already putting some good thought into his videos. So he's a pretty cool guy as well. Okay, and I think that's it for now. If I missed anybody that I've had some interaction with and you're a YouTuber, I do apologize for that. But this is already running kind of long, so I may do some more shout outs in the future. But again, I'm entertained by you all. I'm inspired by you all. When I get home, I don't just turn on Netflix. I don't turn on Hulu. I check out to see what's going on with you all first. And I'm really appreciating the entertainment. One last thing. I talked about the possibility of getting a post office box as another way to communicate with you all, and I went ahead and took care of that today. So this is one of the keys for my new post office box, which I will put the number and basically the address down here in the description. It will be in my about section as well. I'll keep it there. Okay, so again, this is another way for me now to communicate with you all. So if you want to send me letters, if you do some artwork and you want to share it with me. In fact, I got a lot of blank walls in my house where I haven't put any artwork up at all. And I would really prefer to have work that's done by my subscribers or, you know, people that check out my videos on YouTube. That would mean more to me than just going out and grabbing some posters. That would really mean a lot more to me. So again, if you want to send me letters, artwork, and in fact, with your letters, if it doesn't just have to be about pop figures, it could just be questions in general that you have for me. I did a video a while back, a poem about anxiety, and then also talking about my own experiences with anxiety and giving some advice. So if you want to communicate with me about that, if you're experiencing it or you know somebody that's dealing with it and you want to discuss it, okay, you can send me a letter related to that. It's really your choice, whatever you want to send. Okay, and I'm going to just leave that open to you. Okay, so that will be available there in my post office box now. If you want to send me anything, and please let me know. Specify whether or not it's something that you want me to share on the channel. If you want it to be private, I'll respect you. I will keep that private. If you want me to share it, I will find the time to address it in a video. So that's completely up to you. Okay, so I hope to hear from some of you soon. And a handwritten letter to me is just, that's awesome. To me, that's, I know a lot of, very old school to a lot of people, like I've said before, but I think a handwritten letter is, sadly, it's not done enough nowadays, but I think it's pretty cool to receive one. So whatever you send, we will hear a response from me, and I really would appreciate it. But that's all for now, you all. Okay, and like I always say, I support you, you support me, we support each other. Talk to you again real soon.